Next topic is causes of resistance to change. Employee resist change because they don't want to learn new thing, and here if a change implemented, they have to learn new things. So they resist the change, and it is difficult for the organization to avoid this change because this organization know that this change is for the promotion, for the growth of the employees and the members too. So factors that cause resistance to change may be classified broadly under three heads. Number 1, economic factors. Number 2, psychological factors. Number 3, social factors. Let's see one by one. So starting with the economic factors, workers fear that they will be idle for a major portion of their time due to higher efficiency of new technology. So means एक नई टेक्नोलॉजी आई है, इंट्रोड्यूस हुई है ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में, एंड एम्प्लॉय इज नॉट एबल टू ग्रैब इट फास्टर, सो दे विल रेजिस्ट टू चेंज. It may be the reason they are afraid of demotion as they do not have new skills which is required for the performance of this job. So again they will resist the change. These are the economic factors. Let's understand about the psychological factors. So it is human psychology to maintain status quo. Means because आपको पता है आप उसमें कितना अच्छा काम करते हो. Any technology in which you are already working, you know आप बहुत अच्छे से काम करते हो. But if some new change has come, so what will happen? You will feel like नहीं ये मेरे से नहीं होगा, या आपको बहुत टाइम लगेगा उसे समझने में. So because you already have a status, you already know that thing, so you feel proud in the thing that you are doing already. So here, because a new change has come, employee may feel that with the introduction of new technology, their status will go down. उन्हें कुछ नया सीखना पड़ेगा, and it will take time to learn something new. And workers may not have complete knowledge of change. They may make their own illogical assumptions. So these all are what? Psychological factors that cause resist to change. Now the third factor is social factor. Now workers, they work in a group and they oppose this change as they are unfamiliar with the change. Also they resist the change if it has brought without consulting them. If a decision maker from the company has not consulted with those employees, so definitely the individual or the group will resist this change. Now we will understand strategies to overcome resistance to change. How we can overcome this resistance. So there is an action plan that deal with this resistance. Let's start with the first point, that is education and communication. So one of the simplest technique to overcome the resistance is to educate people, educate your employees about the change effort. This is very important term, change effort. Before it is going to implement in the organization, in the hierarchy, the decision key maker person or the manager need to work on this, need to educate their employees so that they can understand about this change. Employees can be made aware with the nature and process of change. It can be done by counseling, by training of the employees, which can be used to change the basic values and attitudes of people who are working in the organization. Upfront communication and education helps employees to see the logic in this change effort, which will reduce incorrect rumors concerning the effects of change in the organization. And the main advantage of this method, once they are convinced, employees themselves would help in the implementation of the change. Next point is participation and involvement. So when employees are involved in the change effort, means here if the employees are participating, they are more likely to accept this change rather than resist it. So the management should discuss the change with the subordinates, because people who have an opportunity to participate in the decision making will have a positive feeling about the change. And the main advantage of this method, this participation and involvement method, is that people who participate will be committed to implement this change, because they are now willing to go with this change. So they will help, they will commit that they can implement this change. Next point is education and training, which can help in overcoming this resistance. So in order to successfully implement the change, subordinates must be taught new skills. Given the information, they need to understand where they fit into the picture and how they will be expected to operate under the new set. And how this can be done? This can be done by the training, by the classes, meetings and the conferences that the subordinates and the manager need to sit together and to take the classes so that they can understand this change. Next point is facilitation and support. So here managerial support helps employees deal with that fear about that change, and if a manager is here to support his employee, is going to be perfect. So we can say that managerial support helps employees dealing with fear and anxiety during a transition period. Emotional support can be provided by showing some personal concerns to the subordinates during the period of stress. Negotiation and agreement can help in overcoming this resistance. How? When managers can offer the incentives to employees and can ask them not to resist the change. The last point is manipulation and co-optation. Managers manipulate workers by releasing information selectively, or they may co-opt an individual, perhaps a key person from a group, by giving him or her a desired role to carry out this change process, and this will make the employee very happy, and happily he will take this challenging role and will be ready to bring the change. Also will try to help his team members to implement this change. And this method, manipulation and co-optation, this method can be quick solution to resistance problems. Next topic is manifestation of resistance, and there can be many reasons for this manifestation. What it is? Let's see. For example, one is unexplained physical illness. Workers complaining of headaches, muscle aches, which cannot be explained by medicine, because this change has come. So because they are not ready to accept this change and they resist. So this is the side effect which is happening on physically on them. Maybe headache, maybe muscle aches, etc. Next is increased absenteeism. People arriving in the organization later and leave the organization earlier. And maybe employee may stay away or not physically present in the work area because they are not willing to accept this change. So these all are the manifestations of resistance. Next is low productivity employee may pretend to be working, but there is overall work slow down. They are working, they are coming, they are going, they are working, but because they are not fully giving their full efforts in that work, employees are not giving their 100% to the work, so this will affect the productivity. It remains low. Next is lack of motivation. People appears lethargic, distant and unwilling to take these new projects and responsibilities because of this resistance. So what will happen? It will delay the submission of assignments. Employees may create unnecessary delays in completion and submission of their assignments. So these all are the manifestation of resistance. Thank you.